Hello, trickle in. Today we're going to be talking about Anora. I just want to give you a heads up. If you have not watched Anora, don't watch this because there's going to be a lot of spoilers. There's going to be a lot of talk about the ending of the movie as well. And if you want my general review about it, disregarding the title, the thumbnail, whatever I'm going to talk about afterwards, if you still continue to watch, I think the movie's pretty good. I think most people would have a fun time watching it. And I say fun time very loosely because it does delve into some very serious topics. And by the way, it's also like a porn movie almost, with the amount of sex scenes there is. Like 47 minutes into the movie is when we get our last sex scene for the most part. A sex scene every it's a montage. It was literally just a montage the first 47 minutes. There's jump cuts all around and sex, a lot. I mean, a lot. You watch with your parents, you're gonna look at them and they're gonna look at you like,
you look so
maybe you shouldn't watch with your parents without explicitly telling them this movie is going to be this way. Because when you first see it, you think it's going to be like a Netflix movie. When you read the synopsis, you think it's going to be like a Netflix movie, like when Noah Centineo is going to show up at some point or something. But that doesn't happen. What does happen is you have Pornhub coming. Most people would agree when I say that this movie, it was great. It was great. It was a good movie. I do think it deserves a lot of the Oscars that it won and everything. But that's not what I'm going to talk about here. I'm just going to talk shit about the movie, honestly, because there's a lot of things to talk bad about the movie. Not particularly about what the movie did bad, more so there's a lot of things to point in the movie where like, this guy's annoying. And a lot of it, you know, I guess you could say is my thoughts, but my thoughts are mostly negative. So it's just me hating on things. So the first part is, I'm gonna mention it again because it's hard to escape this thing, but it's a goddamn porn film for the first 47 minutes. I don't want to sound like a conservative Christian here, but Jesus Christ, let's tone it down. I get why they did it narratively, to show like the dichotomy of it all. You know, it's the dichotomy of it all. The start, there's a lot of jump cuts. It's a montage. It's very colorful, very erratic. It's very young, wild, and free, like Wiz Khalifa would love. In contrast to the end, where it's all like still like there's a lot of like it calms down. It calms down. Starts getting washed out, grayed out, and the reality of life really starts crashing in. So let me get it straight. All right, I think the character Ivan, you know, the rich billionaire hair. When I first saw him, I thought the biggest thing in this movie, because I knew there was like a twist coming at the end, or I knew there was gonna be a twist at some point in the movie. What I thought was gonna happen was that the kid that she's having sex with, either A, he's gonna die. He's just gonna flat out die, and then she's gonna have like the Russian mafia chase her, and then she's gonna have to like run away, like a Netflix plot. B, the kid that she's, you know, thrashing around with 47 minutes straight is underage, and then she has to go through the judicial system, and she's probably gonna get arrested or something. Or C, she's gonna enter like a mommy dom situation with the main character, so like you know what I mean, like he's gonna be like a submissive and she's gonna be like a billionaire off the like at the end, you know, billionaire mommy goddess seductress dominatrix, kind of like that one movie with Channing Tatum, kind of like that, how that movie ended. If you haven't watched the movie, you should watch that movie. It's a decent watch. I truly, when I say that I thought he was like 15, I truly mean that, because when I saw him, he had my build, and there's this one scene where he's like kind of walking to the door and he's kind of like this. And now it just seems like I'm making fun of the guy, which I am, but not in a malicious way. Because he's so skinny, he's built like me, man. What is this, man? What is this? So it just makes me uncomfortable, man, because like, listen, I want somebody better to look at. But I'll be honest, he played the part well. I would say casting was phenomenal. He played the part well. Rich billionaire crybaby boy. He's super dumb, and every single time he's giggling and laughing. Please put me in there. Teleport me in there, and I'll solve a couple issues that I have with the problem. There's that part where he's like super young, and there's a lot of hanky panky. And there's also the next part, which is Anora being the most annoying character of the movie. And I know I saw the end. I understood what the ending was. So don't explain it to me in the comments about how Anora was, she was a victim. She doesn't know how to express her feelings, and the only way she knows how is through selling her body or through sex and through physical affirmations, and not like she's not very used to emotional connections like this, when people actually care about her, who aren't dismissive about her, who care about her feelings and want to talk to her and get to know her better. Don't tell me about that, because I saw the ending as well, and like it wasn't hard to tell. Doesn't disregard the fact that the whole movie she's just screaming at the top of her lungs. Like, I'm just saying, I don't think anybody likes hearing anybody scream at the top of their lungs. Probably the way that I'm talking super fast probably aggravates some people watching this video, and it's the same thing that happens when you watch the movie. Once somebody starts screaming at the top of their lungs, you're like, calm down, Jesus Christ, like, oh my God, nothing is going on. Nothing is going on. Now listen, my favorite part of the movie, and I feel like most of people's favorite part of the movie, is when we had like basically the cast of What We Do in the Shadows come in. By the way, I didn't mean it in a racist way. It really sounds bad, but am I crazy? Like, I feel like there's like I feel like they kind of inspiration from What We Do in the Shadows and the kind of humor that you see in that show. Igor and I already forgot his name. Goddamn, the church guy. The church guy, and then the other guy. The three guys, the three amigos. I love them. They're the best part of the movie. The best part of the movie. And the best part of the movie was the middle, where there wasn't any hanky-panky for the most part, and it was just four people trying to find this asshole that nobody likes, annoying the whole time. It's kind of like XQC. He literally was like XQC, like you know how XQC laughs where he's like.
Graphic. Zoomers LWW fell from a high place.
What the fuck?
Keep on going back to Ivan. Anora, such a victim. She is such a victim. Like, it's insane. She's a victim of not only corporate Hollywood Oscar bait. Producers who made this movie for like, okay, listen, do I think they needed to put 47 minutes, like, I'm hyperbole here, but that much sex at the start of the movie? I don't think you needed to put that much sex at the start of the movie. Personal preference of mine, I don't think you needed to do it. But if you want to get those, you know, those old cronies, but over there at the Oscars, you know, like, by the way, their back was like, you know, unsticking from the chair because they were fusing. They only move for two things, which is young blood and sex. That's the only thing they move for nowadays. Hollywood, listen, they needed this. They needed the 47 minutes apparently. Damn, I already lost track of where I was. Jesus. So I had to watch the last 10 minutes to figure out where I was because I got lost. What I was gonna say is that she's dumb. As simple as that. I'm not gonna elaborate much more than that. She's just dumb. She's dumb. By the end of the movie, I was kind of hoping that like she gets what like on some Joker movie scene where he shoots the late night host. By the spoilers, I guess. If you haven't watched the movie Joker, fucking come on. Pulls out the gun, shoots Murray, and he's like, "You get what you fucking deserve." The order is mixed up, but you know what I mean. That scene, dude. Literally at the end of this movie, that's what I was kind of expecting. I was kind of expecting like a big epiphany on Nora. She's just like, you know what? Maybe this guy is a bum, and maybe I should just like stop screaming all the time and being obnoxious, and maybe I should just like move on and grow. But listen, that doesn't happen. Like, life isn't a movie. Life doesn't have happy endings. You don't always have a resolution in life. Yeah, so you could go a whole lifetime not having a resolution and not have grown and not have, like, you know, really changed, even with all these crazy things happening in a short time. I get that. Jesus Christ, when you see her scream for like 3 minutes. By the way, I live in an apartment, so I was damn near putting the volume down when she started screaming. They had a gag her. I was blessed up when they gagged her. And then the rest of the time she's just screaming, you know, trying to fight, you know, trying to soothe Ivan. Like, Ivan, look at me. We're not gonna get divorced. We're not gonna get divorced. And I'm like, bro, move on, man. Move on. Like, you cannot be this dumb. You cannot be this dumb. And this guy who they laugh like English not good. I'll be honest. I ended the movie and I was kind of I was still annoyed. I kind of felt bad for her. And then I remember the last like hour and like 50 that I watched, and the amount of times that I had to like lower the volume down because of my neighbors, and that one really close call where she started screaming at the top of her lungs, like super loud, by the way. Like, when I say loud, she was screaming loud, and I had to put it down like quickly. I remember that, and I'm like, I'm an asshole. I would say I felt good how Anora ended. I felt phenomenal. I'm like, you know what? Maybe you don't deserve love. I'll say it. Don't hate me. Don't hate me. I'm just a messenger. I'm not gonna say she deserved it. Nobody deserves anything bad to happen in their life. But if they were, you get what you fuck. You can do a shotgun wedding the first like 20 minutes of the movie, 30 minutes. When he starts proposing, like getting married, she's like, get the fuck out of here. By the way, the amount of times they vape is insane. There's not one scene. She walks into any room, you smell bubblegum. You smell bubblegum. I swear to God, she's walking bubblegum. You're crazy. And the amount of times that she's like, they're having hanky panky, and then like, you know, she's like kind of like laughing at him, you know, and then we start seeing her fight for this marriage. I'm like, aren't you just an opportunist? And we're talking about opportunist. Some people, by the way, this is off from Reddit. This is not my opinion. I'm just saying I got this from Reddit. We're talking about opportunist. People are saying that Igor was an opportunist because at the end of the movie, spoilers, again, super spoilers. This is literally the ending of the movie, which they culminated to, that Igor is not exactly the knight in shining armor. That I'm not going to say the movie wanted to portray him that way, but that I think most people understood the movie that way, where he's kind of like the nice guy in contrast to Ivan. You know, he's way better for her. By the way, I was under the camp, like, Igor deserves literally none of this at all. Like, he should just not be with Anora at all. Like, this should not have happened. This end where they have, you know, where they have the thing. Where they have the thing. I've said it like 20,000 times in this video, so I'm super scared now. I didn't like it. I'm like, Igor deserves better. But and then I read a Reddit post that completely, it kind of stopped me in that thought process, which was that Igor is not really the knight in shining armor that he appears to be, mostly because, like, if I was in their situation, Igor's situation specifically, I don't think I would have sex with Anora, because I think it was clear for most people watching that she was literally went through how like a drug addict goes through their highs and lows. She went from the highest of the high to the lowest of the low literally overnight. And then seeing this emotionally exhausted, sleep deprived woman, you know, broken woman, honestly, she had everything, she lost it immediately. Seeing her and then just be like, she's throwing herself at me, man. Let me just get some fucking, you know what I mean? Like, and I get at the end of the movie, you could see her, like, you could see him soothing her still, but it made me really think about it, because in his situation, I don't think I would have done that. I think in what he did in this situation, if I'm looking at it from, like, you know, real life perspective, if I saw somebody doing that to my friend, or my friend doing that, I'd be like, whoa, what do you, this is a little bit weird here. And I understand that. By the way, when I saw it, the ending, I didn't even think about that, like, the only way she knows how to show affection is through, like, you know, I guess pimping herself out or anything, that she doesn't know how to express herself in healthy means or healthy ways, or about how Igor just took advantage of her. I didn't even understand all of that. I was just thinking about, like, she's doing this, she's gooning the goon of her ex-husband to get back at him. That's what I thought was happening there. I thought it was like a revenge thing, or maybe it was. Maybe I'm right here. Maybe she was gooning the goon to get revenge against her ex-goon. So, you know, I'll say it. That's what I thought. So anyway, have a good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Hopefully you enjoyed. I'll see you guys very soon. I almost copied word for word, bar for bar, Daily Dose of Internet. I was about to say later. Anyway.